So if I were to think of the five important takeaways, the first thing is I think we realized that we jumped over probably a decade. It would have taken us a decade in understanding the importance of digital education or artificial intelligence, how important it is in our lives, and how it bridges the gap, and it's also a great equalizer between between people. So in that sense, I think understanding the importance of digital education, I think was a big takeaway, and how it can be used and has to be used in a very accelerated form has been a great learning experience. It's point one. Point two is that somehow I feel that children see we have a great demographic dividend in India. We have a lot of children, and you know about the national education policy, but we were somehow cramming them with information. We really didn't pay attention to their holistic development in terms of their needs, the right and the left side of the brain, as you say, in terms of not just academic needs, but needs in terms of games, in terms of arts, in terms of culture, which actually builds the personality of an individual. And the ability to question, those things were not there, and that I think is a great takeaway. Another thing that I did learn, at least it's a takeaway for me, is that India is a very, very unequal society, and there's a huge divide between the rich and the poor, and that needs to be bridged and bridged. That's a huge thing that we realize that people are there who have mobiles, who have radios, who have TVs, and there are a huge percentage of the population who doesn't have this, and we need to bridge this digital divide in the sense we have to ensure that at least we have to bring everyone to certain basic level. We are still living on such huge differences in wealth, in status, etc. Unless we bring about a certain degree of equality or certain standard of life, then we just won't have a nation. If only 10% of the nation or 20% of the nation is educated and is leading the nation, it's like one small engine taking the huge load of society. All the children are capable of learning and being brilliant, and we have to provide them the means to do so. So the digital divide and the inequality is something that came in very starkly, was a takeaway. And if India has to grow, we have to bridge this divide, provide basics to the society. That's, I think, was great takeaway. That is for me. And the another takeaway is that irrespective of whatever we do in terms of digitally reaching out, human bonding and is very important. And I can see that the need to touch, the need to feel a person, the need to sit across a person and talk, is so much among the children. They yearn to hug each other or touch each other and learn from the teachers or see teachers one to one. And that, I think, is something that I could make out, like despite whatever we might provide in terms of education, the fact is getting them to be one to one is extremely important. Getting them to meet each other, I think, is something that human beings need, and that can't be done away with COVID, no COVID, or internet. Is what holds us together. That was a big takeaway. And another thing is, I said, like inequality can be reduced, and to make India a superpower, it can only be through education. And to make education relevant, we have to start from pre-primary, vocational, and relevant education, and equal education irrespective of one's economic or social status. Only then India can have a population which can rise up to its potential. Otherwise, you'll have only the rich, like having the potential, and the remaining just surviving or trying to make a living in whatever means. So the future technologies, the future knowledge, the opportunities to learn these things have to be evenly spread. That's what COVID has taught us, and I hope that this learning will be widespread. These are my thoughts, of course, and I'm sure these are the thoughts of many of the secretaries or principal secretaries or whoever across the country, those who are trying to make a difference to our society. So this is my thought process. Thank you very much.